Hello everyone, welcome to Chirag's Laravel tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn how to create login, register and logout with PHP Laravel 10. There is some steps, we'll go through by step by step. First step, we'll just install the Laravel with the composer and how to use the composer, install the composer. We already created a video regarding that. And second, I'm going to the particular folder and I'm opening that one with the Visual Studio Code, VS Code. Second, there is a second step is there is a database configuration. I'm using the MySQL database. MySQL directly you can install or you can install using through the gem. So I'm using through the gem. So I have a gem. I install the gem. I have a gem control panel. There is a database. MySQL is running with the port 3306. Same port I'm using here, and I'm just creating one database. Login, register, logout, and username and password. I didn't set any password till now. Username is root, and didn't set any password for till now. This is completed. Next, I'm just running the migrate command to migrate all the tables in the migration. And next, I'm just creating the routes. What are the pages we need? I'm creating that. I'm just calling the controller. After that, I'm just creating the routes: login, post login, registration, post registration, and dashboard. After login, we'll just go to the dashboard and there is a logout button where we'll just end the session. So here there's a get is there method I'm using for the posting the data from the form. So I'm using the post for here. Next, create controller. Create controller is the command for that. PHP artisan make controller, and there is a path I'm giving and controller name. So controller automatically created. Next, I'm just creating the blades. So what are the blades we need? Blade file we need. I'm creating that. I need the layout and then dashboard. After login, I will go through the dashboard layout. It will create the layout, and I've just extending the layout to login and registration page. And finally, I will run the Laravel app and I will just test. So let me go through the coding. So just go through one folder wherever you want to create the project. So there is a Chirag Laravel tutorial folder is there. I'm just going through the command line here, and here I will create the project. So project command is composer create project, refer this Laravel/Laravel, then login, then registration and logout. So I'm clicking the enter. Automatically it will start to installing the Laravel. Wait for few minutes. It will automatically install all the Laravel dependencies. Multiple packages suggestion were added to the dependencies. Use composer suggest if you want to install the suggestion to see the detail creating, and next automatically creating the autoload files. Here we'll get the key also. Laravel auto generate key. So again, remember the command composer create project, prefer this, and Laravel/Laravel login, registration and logout. I'm given the name the login, registration and logout. let it install. Then second, we'll go for the database configuration. That will be configured with the .env file, and we are using the MySQL database, so I'll put the MySQL and DB host name I'll put, and whatever the database port we are using, I'll insert that, and login give the database name, so I'm giving the database name login register logout, and root I didn't put the password, so let me check with the database login. So localhost 90 and php myadmin, automatically it is logged in, so I didn't set the password for that. Here we don't have any login register and logout database is there, so we'll create the database for login register and logout. Automatically it will create through the command, or second, we directly you can go to the database and you can create the database. So both the way it will work. Let it complete. We'll go step by step. We are about to complete it. The application key set successfully. The Laravel installation is completed. Now go to the folder. Login, registration and logout. So I'm going to folder, and let me I want to open the code into the Visual Studio Code. So code space dot enter, will get the VS Code. So now you check all the folders and files are available or not. This is the MVC format, so check with that. So there is a, inside the HTTP there is a controllers, there is a model, and inside the resource we will get the views. So step by step we'll do. Second step, what we are going to do, second step, database configuration. So let me go to the .env file. Here is the database. I'm using the MySQL and port number is this, localhost same is that. Here I will put the login, registration, logout, same name I'm giving that. And one more thing, I'm just changing the app name. My app name is login, registration and logout. So now database configuration is done. Next, let me check with the Laravel is running or not properly. Go to the terminal and write here I want to increase the font size. Okay, leave it. So PHP artisan and migrate. Click on enter. It will ask you the create the database, because database not exist here. So I'm just putting yes, so automatically it will create the database and it will migrate the table. So now let me check, reload, login, registration and logout. Database created and user table is also created, name, email, password, this field are created. So my database configuration is done. Now I have to create the routes. So before creating the routes, let me create the controller, and there I'll create the page and I'll create the routes. So here inside the controller I'm just creating one folder, auth. Inside the auth I'll just create the controller. Here let me check, run the Laravel and check running or not. So PHP artisan serve, is it running with this port? Yeah, my Laravel is running with the Laravel version 10.13.0 and PHP version is 8.2.4. Now let me now take one more controller and just I'm going to create the controller. So controller creating control command is PHP artisan serve mac controller, then controller name. So I'm putting auth dash auth controller. So click on enter, automatically it will create controller. So auth controller is created here. Look at this, and we, we no need we don't want any model because model is already defined. So same model we will use here. Model is already we have. So now inside the controller we'll create the pages and we'll call. So here I'm creating one function, public function text, and here I'll just call the view page, return view of, let me create the page. So page will be created inside the resources view, and I'm creating one folder auth because authentication purpose I'm just creating the pages. Here I'll create page login dot play template file dot php. And one more thing here I'm doing for with using the layout. So I'll create the layout folder inside the view folder only, not auth folder. So I'm creating here layout dot play dot php, and one more file dashboard. I'm just let me create dashboard dot play dot php. Dashboard created, layout created, login created. Let me create the registration, regis registration dot play dot php. Sorry, rename it. So all the files are created now. So let me code into the layout.php. So here we'll just code like HTML5 in registration tutorial Chirag.in. I've given the name. I need the Bootstrap CSS for designing purpose. Bootstrap CDN. Copy, put it there. So Bootstrap CDN is completed. Now I need the navigation tag. Navigation tab, Bootstrap nav bar. Model we can use. So we are using the Bootstrap. There is a JavaScript and Bootstrap is there. Check with this navbar. We need to the call the function here. So yield function, and here I'll create the content. Let me call this page into the login. So whenever you are calling the login, always extend the layout, extend layout. Then we need the section. Here I'll write the content and section. Let me check with the login page. So login page is created. Here I'm calling the login page. So login page inside the folder auth.login. So I call the login page. We need to check with the web.php. So web.php inside the roots web.php. Here I'll call the login page. My page name is login and my controller name is auth controller. Get the name from here, auth controller. The name is index and my name is also login. So always call the controller here, otherwise it will give you the error undefined. So controller name auth controller. This part is completed. Now let me run with the login page /login. I think some CSS missing. Let me use the same CSS JavaScript. Okay, finally I got that, and there is a footer. Going to use that the real function. I got it. Graphs.in coming. Remove that one. Use of that. Okay, so my page is coming. Login. This is logout. So in this page, just assume that these are the menus. Okay, these are the drop down menus. There is a drop down menus also. There is a sign in button and sign up and sign in. So I'll give the path for the both the button, and I will write the code for the hiding the sign in and sign up. Here let me give the path URL. Same thing I'll do here. I'll just sign up. Instead of sign up, I'll use the registration. Here also I'll use the registration. Similarly, I'll use here login, and I'll just create the registration also to web web.php station function name station. I'll give the name also registration. Now I'll create the function for the registration. So registration is also method is also created. Now login page is that. Similarly, I'll do with the registration. So these pages are completed. This is my login page, my this registration page, and with the layout login page, registration page. Okay. This is changing login page and registration page. Now I'll just write the code for login and registration when we'll view the login and when we'll view the registration. So at the rate guest and second logout here I'll write the logout. So now I'll just create the function for logout. Last function is that logout. Return redirect. After logout, I'll just redirect to the my login page. Before return to the login page, I'll just plus the session colon plus and auth logout. Automatically it will log out, it will clear the session and keys, and it will return to the login page. So now I have to create the registration page. So registration page, there we'll just insert all the data to the database. Registration. Using the container dot container, then row class, then call m8 dot set 2. So my code is created. Now I'll start one by one. So first I need the I'm using the h2 tag for writing the registration page. After registration page, just we'll create the form contain method, which method I'm using the post, and action I'm URL. I'm just putting the URL, or write the root. I'll just put where I'm going to pass the data. So this is the registration page, so I'm just going to pass the data to the registration dot post. So anywhere we have to define the registration dot post. So come to the web dot php. Here I'll create registration post. Post registration, post registration, and alias name I'm giving this. So instead of calling this name, you can call this name also. Okay, so this will work as a alias. Now I'm going to create the my form. So first of all, I'll create my CSRF ID, CSRF token. Then I'll just take the dot form group and row class. Here I'll just take label label, just example name, and I'll just take the class here, class md4 dot call serial date 8 is pending, so 8 I'm taking here. Here I'll write input box, type is equal to text, name is very important, very attributes here. Name is equal to, I'm just giving the name, placeholder, enter your name, use the class I'm using the FORM form. Let me run and check this one is coming or not. Registration, yeah, registration page name, and there is a first name is coming, so enter your name. Similarly I'll do with the other page. This div email and password, last time button. This is the name, email, your last one is the word, password, and last we'll use input type is equal to submit equal to submit class. I'll use the btn button, btn dash sudo success. Here I'll use the value. So these things are completed. Let me check the page. So registration page, name, email, password, and there is a submit button. Now Whenever it will submit, it will just redirect to the registration.post. So here is the my registration.post define post registration. So create one function and I'll just create the post registration. Post registration. Here I'll get the request dollar of request. So I'm getting the request. Let me check with the dd command that I'm getting all the request or not. Always try check with the dd command. Display and die. So here all, refresh, filler, submit. Supported method not supported for root post registration. Registration. Here I have to write the post. Submit. So I'm getting the data token. I'm getting name, email, there is a password and submit. These things I am getting. Now login, registration and login. Login and registration are coming. Now we have a logout also, but that will come after the login. So here I'll just write the code to insert the data into the my database. This is the work of the post registration. So here come to the controller. I'm getting all the data. We don't have issue with the data. So first I'll go for the validation. So dollar of request validate. Here I'll define one by one. So first is name, required, copy paste. Second is email is required, plus last is password is required. So email I'm just putting the required, then it should be email format, then unique in my table users. So email should be unique in the table users, and password is required, and I'm just giving the minimum character is 6. Next, I'm just reading going to read all the data and passing to the one function create. So dollar of data is equal to request all. So all the data is in the data variable create user to create, and I will pass the data here. I'll create the function here, public function create. I'll get the array here, array of dollar of data. Here I'll just write the insert code. So return directly I'll write user create create, and here I'll just give the name dollar data of similarly I'll do name. There is a password I'm using, password is the last, there is mail. So I have inserted all the commands, means created, there is a name, email, password. After creating this one, automatically return to the parent method. So here I will write the return redirect. I'm going to redirect this one to my login page with the message with success. Registration in, I'm just passing to the login page, and with success. Bar just you are registered successfully. In login page we'll get this one, and let me create the login page also. Same code I can use the code. Let me define the error messages also, then I'll move to at the rate. Directly I can call the error, or if there is a dollar of $RS errors edge in name. If error has a name, then I'll just call the danger. So here and text danger, I'll just display the error here. Dollar of errors similar I'll do with the other field, for the email, for the change this copy this code and going to use into my login page. So my login page, and I don't want the name in this one by the email. So email I want, enter your email address, enter email, and there is a password, and here I'll use the login post. So when I'll use the login post, and one more thing, just get the session here. Session edge success, then class is equal to this, any alert will come, then here I'll just message. So this success. So let me go to the registration and complete the registration, then we'll move to the other part. Here I'm going to put Chirag Mahto in Chirag, and there is just what I'm putting. Let me see. So here, see, here we have to use the we have to define the controller, in which method, because I am using the user method here. So I'll use app slash model slash user. So controller request, and we need the auth also. Use as SUPP support as its library I'm calling here. Yeah, we need the session, so I'll use the session, use session. Let me run. So I'm getting the login page. Login post is not defined. Login, 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 login post, paste dollar of paste request dollar of request. Then I will just validate all the field. validate email and password. So there is a I'll validate only required email and the unique one, minimum character I can't post there. Required and email. So my validation is completed. Next I'll just check with the credentials. So check login equal to request I'll pass the email on the to field. I'm just going to check here if auth or attempt, and I'll pass the check login credential, check login credentials, pass this one, check login credentials. If success, redirect to return redirect dashboard, and otherwise return to login with invalid login credentials. You're successfully logged in and your in correct. Your login credentials are incorrect. So let me check with that. Login. So here I'm putting the username and something password, long password. So submit. I'll get your login credentials are incorrect. So let me check with my login details. There is a login password is there. Good. So dashboard. The page is not found, and but we logged in. So let me create the dashboard page. Public and dashboard. Path check. I'll check the authentication here. If there is success, then return view of dashboard, and else we'll access the dashboard. So I am able to see the my dashboard page. So here Chirag.in, this is Chirag.in home, other pages are there, and there is a logout. So I need the we got the logout. So here we got all the things, means when I'll click on the logout, it is not defined. So login. Now I am able to see login and registration. When I am going to log in, correct. When I'm logged in, there is automatically coming with the logout. So in this way we can create the login, registration and logout with the PHP Laravel 10, and these are the steps. All the follow all the steps, you will get the solution. And don't forget to follow, like and share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hope this will help.